we're gonna look at this cheapo light here, right? So I got this from Hong Kong. I was out there last week and picked this up. This was like 15 quid. So let's see what we get. So, light itself, right? Obviously, I'll plug it in a second, see what it does. We got some batteries for the remote there. We got some gels. Nice. We got our gel holder. We got our remote in Chinese. Oh, we got a cheat sheet here at least. That's good. And then we got the cable. So thankfully, I did pick up a converter. So let's just see that. What do we get for £15 worth of LED light? Right. Let's see what we actually get. Let's plug this in. So this is not battery. It is plug-in. Right, so get that in there. Let's grab the plug here. Convert that. It's got the control box there. Nice control box. So I'm kind of curious as to how bright this is. How bright this is going to be. One thing about it, I'll just show you here, is that it does have the ability to focus the light, if you can believe that, right? So you're actually focusing the light in and out in there, but you can see the cob light in there. So let's get this on a stand and just fire it at the wall. With that being said, let's see, can I stream is lagging, but can I tether to Lightroom? Let's have a look. Let's see if we can get the old, turn the camera on, turn the old Nikon on. Let's see. Tethered capture. Yeah, that seems good. Okay. Let's see. So see if that finds it. Yeah. It has a nicer focusing mechanism than my 45 optical projector and the fuse box chip. Let's see. Yeah. Can I just want? Oof. There we go. It's found the D850. That's good. Okay. Let's see then. Right. Let's plug this in. Okay. Pretty, it's actually brighter than... It's actually a lot brighter than I thought. Let's have a look. So we got the Kelvin there, which you guys can kind of see changing. Let's have a look at power. So that's at, so that is at 100. You can turn it all the way down to 0.5. Okay. I'm just gonna turn that up to 100, and then of course it's got those. So we've got the Kelvin range of 6500 at the top, going down to 3200. Okay, not terrible. Right, let's put it at 5000 Kelvin here. Let's see what sort of exposure we're getting. So let's start off what? Let's do a 60th, 2.8, 60th 2.8 ISO 100. Let's see what we're getting there. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure. That seems okay. That's manageable. It is actually brighter than I thought. Yeah, it is actually brighter than I thought. Yeah. So, I mean, this is white down here. This is white here. So setting it to 5,000 Kelvin. This is white here as well. Oh shit! Look at that. I'll be damned. Okay, it's magenta. Like it's you know, obviously it's pretty magenta, but that's great. That's actually bang on 5,000. I'm actually really surprised at that. This is a magnolia wall back here, but this is a white V flat with a head sat on it. And all I've done is I've just put the dink on there on the white V flat, and it's come out at exactly 5,000, which is what I've got that set to. I am pretty surprised at that. Now, don't get me wrong, very magenta, and there's no way of adjusting that. Interesting, yeah. Okay. Look how crisp that is, though. That shadow. Huh. Okay. I've just focused in the beam there a second. Yeah. Thank you, Vlad. That's very polite of you. I do apologize. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Vlad, for pointing out my utter ignorance again. I forgot I didn't have the screen shared. So essentially what I did was took the shot here, boom, and just put the picker on here, which is the white V flat, and then this is a magnolia wall behind. This is a white head here, but this is a white V flat, and the light is actually set to 5,000 Kelvin. And me putting the picker on the white here gives me 5,000. Now, it's very, very magenta, hence why it's taken out a bunch of green, but really surprised at that. Yeah, professional streamer, I know. Yeah. One of these days, mate, one of these days. What's worse is it baffles me how many industry professionals watch these streams and go, do you know what? We could send this guy some lights. So there's hope for all of us. It's minus 48, but yeah, you think you have some coloured lights in the room as well. There's a fair comment, Vlad. That is a fair comment. There are lights on in here as well. There's a good point. There's a good point. Yeah. So we do have. They are pretty low, but yeah, Vlad raises a point in that there is like other lights in the room lighting me as well. That is on a wall like 3 meters away. But yeah. Pretty surprised at how crisp that is as well. I would have expected that to be very feathery, like double shadows, right? This is at 300%. Pretty surprised. Okay, so I've zoomed in. Let me take another shot. So zoomed in is obviously going to be brighter, right? We gained what, a stop of power there. Let's check that out by zooming it in. Let's go up to 125th of a second. That vignetting is most likely the Nikon lens as well. It's probably I mean, it could be the Nikon lens. Let's see. Sony shooters rolling their eyes right now. Yeah. So I've just knocked it down a stop. So focusing it in does give you like a stop of power. Let's have a look where we're at here. Ooh, so focusing it in really screws with the Kelvin. I've added a little bit of juice there. So what you can't see, and I will just take a shot of it. Is it gets very kind of yellowy at the edges here. Yeah, So this kind of yellowy color is actually in the shot as well. But okay, so look, I'm really surprised at how clean that is. How, like, that's 3 meters away, yeah. Looking behind my phone, 3 meters away. That's focused in. The beam focused in. I'm really surprised at how clean that shadow is. Yeah. Huh. Okay. So yeah, 3 meters away, at least, if not 4 meters. To be fair, it could be 4 meters away. So it's a decent distance. And what I'm at there, so zoomed in, I'm at 125th. Don't look at it 100%, please. Nice. And yeah, ISO 100, f2.8. On that zoom lens, on that Nikon zoom lens, which does take a stop of power away. If I was shooting on my prime 105mm lens there, that would be a stop brighter as well. So look, we're kind of splitting hairs here, really. But for 15 quid, like for 15, that's actually way brighter than I was expecting for 15 quid. Really surprised. I mean, it's even comes with a remote, right? I mean, it is all in Chinese, but yeah. Now it does have the gels as well. These are nasty. These are horrendous colors. Just like, this reminds me of the old Bowens gels that we used to sell, that I had a hissy fit over at the time. It's like, please, this is like 1970s colors. Anyway, and they go on, they just clip on the front there, and they just, you know the deal, just clip it on. Okay, so right, I spread it out, 3200. Let's see what we got. So that's 3200. Let's see. Well, that's obviously going to be in there, but so that's coming at 3000 there. Okay. Yeah, 2800. Okay, let's go the other way. Let's see what we got. So 6,500. See. Oh yeah, baby. So that is very blue for 6,500. Christ. Weird. Okay. I think the Kelvin range is more than it's saying, according to this. Yeah. Yeah. Be aware that those gels have protective film on both films. Yeah, thank you, Vlad. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. This is your main work right now. Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. Like, it's crazy how far we've come, right? You could happily do a photo shoot with that. Okay, I mean, you're gonna have to jimmy rig some, maybe a little bit of diffusion there or something like that. But like, you could have a full light setup for fucking 60 quid. It's just wild. It's just crazy. And that's not weak. At 100 ISO, 2.8, 60th of a second, like 3 meters away, definitely manageable. Yeah. Wish you had gobos. That's true. Yeah. I wonder, actually. You could 3D print gobos for it, though, of course. That could be cool. Yeah. Especially as soon as you get it the exact size, pop it in there. Job's a good one. That'd be cool. Probably wouldn't be focused enough, but you could still get some kind of shape to like some distortion to the light. Could be cool. Yeah. When those melt. It would do on a more powerful LED, Vlad. Yeah, you're right. At the end of that is barely warm. how long has that been on? 15 minutes. So that's definitely not melting anything. Yeah. Interesting. I'm kind of curious because that is definitely more than 3500 and 6500 range. That is definitely colder than 6500. That's wild. Yeah. Is there a watt rating on it? No. No. It just says voltage, 110, 240. So when I bought it, I think there was a bunch of them there, and this was like the most expensive one. I think it was supposedly 400 watts. That's obviously not 400 watts. There's no way I was thinking it was going to be 400 watts, but I think that's what it said for 15 quid. But bearing in mind that I think the 100 watt one was £8. And knowing them, it's all exactly the same light in all the boxes. Yeah. Thinking about it now, because all the boxes did look the same. Yeah. So it's probably just all. Yeah. Obviously it's not 400 watts, but it's still bright enough. Yeah. Most expensive one was $15. Yeah. Yeah. £15. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I won't spend any more time on it here, but very impressed by how hard that light is. Kind of impressed as, again, you have to remember that is the Nikon lens. It is. So look, that's pretty clean, right? All I've done there is enable the anti-Nikon button, and it's pretty clean light. Like that is surprisingly even. That is not a hotspot, which I was fully expecting. Yeah. And at 3 meters, that covers the entire wall back there. Huh. Yeah. Wild. Yeah, we've come so far with this now. It's nuts. Yeah. It's crazy what you can get for that money. So whilst we're here, actually, let's just put the Nanlite 120 on there, just to have some sort of idea of power here. So I got it here. So this one is the FC100C by Nanlite. So this is 120 watts. Right, so let's just see what sort of power this gives us. Right. Or what sort of camera setting this gives us. Let me just plug all this in, 2 seconds. So I've got an extra stand on there, an extra arm on there. So I'll put it on this side. Let me just grab the control box here. So just hooking up the control box to that. So let's turn that on. This is 120. Okay, so that is, so where were we? We were what? What was that? This was the first one we took, right? So this was in the old one. This was what, fully wide, 100 ISO, f2.8, 60th of a second. Boom. Okay, so that's the sort of power we're getting. So this Nanlite here is at 20%, 20% on the 120. Okay. So even at 20% is definitely like a stop brighter, right? So that 120 nanlight is now at 10%. So that's probably looking back to where we were, right? In terms of power, brightness wise. So those two looking about the same. So that 120 watt nanlight is at 10%, and that is the same power as this little 15 quid job here. Okay, so that nanlight has got a lot of juice. Let's take it up to 100. So we know that's going to be hellish bright. Yeah. So let's go. Let's just keep it at 60th to keep it clean, and then just take up the aperture. So 2.8, f4, 5.6, that's 2 stops. So let's go f8, it's 3 stops. Kind of getting there. Could be 4 stops. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay, let's go f11. So that's kind of back to where we were, right? So this is, oh, not that one, this one. So we've gone up from 2.8 to 4 to 5.6 to 8 to 11. So it's 4 stops brighter. So this, yeah, so this 120 is 4 stops brighter than the no-name 15 quid one. So what does that mean? So if we go 120 to 60 to 30 to 15 to, like, according to this, that is 8 watts, something like that. I don't know. So yeah, kind of bringing it back then to what we were talking about at the start of this. People were talking about like the Amran 20 watts and that sort of thing. You know, it's not unfeasible to be using those low powered lights. Yeah. Honestly, for 15 bucks, this is still, if you were starting out, just want more tutorial. I agree with that. I think if you like learning light is for the most part about just getting in there and kind of playing with it, right? And I think that lights like this for just kind of playing around with, you could absolutely get a couple of these and start taking some, you know, corporate portraits or whatever easily. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. So we can extrapolate. I agree with that. Yeah, I would say maybe I feel like that can't be 8 watts, but yeah, I would agree with you. I would say something around 15, 20 watts. Yeah. Okay. But look, for 15 quid, I'm just fascinated that we can, you know, we can be at that point now. You know, it's just crazy to me. Yeah, absolutely crazy to me. Yeah. For that money, you can start playing around with lighting for that money is wild.